today we are going to start our western crawl. And we're headed to Quartzsite, but we actually left. Where?
We're leaving the Panhandle of Florida, so if you're local to the area, it's known as Weewaw.
Weewaw.
If you're not, you might call it Weewahitchka. It is in the Port St. Joe, Mexico Beach area. And you've all heard us talk about Tiffany and her winery in Portland, Tennessee. She also has a parking spot in Weewaw, Florida.
Weewaw.
20-25 minutes from Port St. Joe and Mexico Beach, that area.
So it's called the Tipsy Turtle, which if you guys are Harvest Host members or RV Overnight members, she is on both of those. So you can go there and stay a couple days and go visit the beaches.
So you can book a site, and then they also offer extra night stays. I want to say maybe $25 a night. I'm not positive about that.
Full hookup, water,
I've been doing
pickup.
a lot of like reservation stuff this morning, so it's all kind of a blur. But I want to say like $25. We had a great time. It's a great place to relax. Just
There's
enjoy.
Mississippi. We're in Mississippi right now.
Oh, let me
Too
grab it.
late.
I missed it.
Oh well, we just saw Mississippi. We just went by Mississippi.
So here we are. We've left Florida. We've made it through
Alabama
and on to Mississippi, which tonight we're staying in another, I think this one's only on the Harvest Host platform, and it's called...
Before you get there, we found this place many years ago accidentally. You ever driving down the road and you're looking for that place to eat? And back in the day, we didn't have the navigations like we do now.
Well, we weren't even in our RV.
No.
We were just traveling.
But she would look up the thing, the next exit, and it's like, there's a good, never mind.
Yeah.
There's a good place here to eat, never mind. And then all of a sudden she says, okay, fine. There's a place up the road that we're going to stop.
It's at the next exit. We're going to try it, and it is what it is. Maybe it's great, maybe it's not. We'll give it a whirl. Amazing.
So it's called The Shed. And it's called The Shed because the place really looked like a shed. She has the detail.
It does look like a shed. It looks like if you were going into your grandpa's garage and had been sitting out in the back of the farm for 30 years kind of thing. It's kind of the vibe that's going on.
We're not going to tell you everything about it until we get there.
Yeah, there is a little story about how it came to be. But anyway.
So we pull up there the very first time, and it's like, oh my God, where do we stop?
Yeah, I was like, I don't know, guys. We could always leave because we had friends traveling with us. I'm like, I don't know. Might be good, it might be not. It looks a little, I'm not sure.
And then there was a lady coming out, and Lisa says, so how was it? She said, it was amazing.
So we gave it a whirl. And it looks a lot like a shed. It's nothing fancy, but it is a barbecue and blues joint. We have been back since, and I think we have a video about it. They now have like some inside dining. The first time we went, it was all outdoors, but it's right on the water. They had a little stage out of the water that they can play music, blues, and you can eat and watch. Everything's in to-go containers, that kind of thing. Since then, I think they serve it like on the little metal trays. Still very much a carry-out vibe. Wow, the roads. But if you're looking for...
But since then...
pulled pork, brisket, mac and cheese, macaroni salad, potato salad.
Just your normal stuff you have at barbecue restaurants.
A little barbecue
But
joint.
as Lisa was looking to find a way across the country to Quartzsite, that's where we're going.
Right.
She found out that this is a Harvest Host now, so...
It's on the Harvest Host site, though, not as the shed, but as the Cozy Rosie. But it is the same place. So, anyway, we're pretty excited to go back and visit there because it's
now this is the Harvest
one
Host
of our favorite
good.
Little stops.
We're almost there now.
Yeah.
So once we get there,
we're only 15 minutes away.
We will show you guys what it looks like when we pull in, and we'll get a little bit of video of it and show you what it looks like there, and if the food is still as amazing as we used to.
And see what's changed, because literally from the first time we went, it had been a couple of years. The last time we went, they'd done a lot of adding on. They had real bathrooms, not just porta potties, and like I said, indoor dining versus all outdoors. I think they have a stage indoor. I don't remember if they still had one outdoors, but anyway. And at that time, it wasn't. The last time we went, they weren't even a Harvest Host. We were just camping nearby, and drove over to grab a meal. So I don't know. We'll see what's
Let's
changed.
go check it out, guys. Hey guys, so today we're leaving the shed. Last night we were at the shed and we had some amazing food.
And so I did mention yesterday that I wasn't sure where we were going to stay, that I knew there was a campground next door. So as it turns out, apparently the fellow that owns the shed, his parents used to own the campground next door. And then they sold it to KOA. And then KOA ended up selling it back to the kids. So now they own the shed and the campground next door, which is
and the Harvest Host.
Right. So the campground is the Cozy Rosie, and you can get a full hookup site or you can get a Harvest Host site. So anyway, that solves that mystery. And they also have, which I didn't know, you can do birthday parties or family like reunions, family events there. They do those. So
they have like 30 acres there, and they're expanding more and more. I took Paisley for a walk last night, and you can see where they've like cleared more stuff. So I don't know what they're doing, but every time we go, it seems like they add more and more to it.
They did have some of the like big glamping tents, and I think you can even rent an RV. So they must have some stationary ones.
So we went in one of the tents. Would you stay in one?
I would stay in one, but it would be very dependent on the weather.
Perfect weather conditions.
Yeah, last night it was very, very cold, and that would have been a miserable night in the glamping tent.
Plenty of room in there.
Is there enough room for you to sleep in?
Yeah.
Would you do it?
No, hell no.
Well, let's see.
There's nothing in there.
It's okay. Well, you told the truth. You wouldn't stay in it. No?
No.
No?
That's my glamping tent back in the day was better than that.
Look, at least I don't went inside.
Zip it up,
Lisa's
that's
like,
right.
see ya.
Well, it's got a real mattress and then an air mattress too.
Yeah,
So you gonna sleep in there?
but that's all that's in there.
I mean, I could sleep in here, but not when it's this cold.
And not $80 a night.
And I might trip and fall. But on a spring or fall day, it might be nice.
So today we're leaving. We left a while ago, and we're headed down to Louisiana. We left Mississippi.
Ville Platte, I think is what it's called. I'm probably murdering that, but and we're traveling with the Weinbergers so far on this trip, and they have friends that live in that area. So we're going to go have a Cajun meal this evening, meet their friends, and have dinner at a Cajun catfish buffet. So we'll see what that's about.
So, but on our way, let's talk a little bit about a mishap.
How about, what do you think about that window back there? It's pretty fancy, right?
So before you even think that I backed into something, I got too tight backing in. No. I had to make an emergency stop to go to the bathroom real quick. So we got off and we went to a truck stop. I'm not going to mention any names, but I'll tell you, it's not the truck stops we're accustomed to.
Not the one that I love.
Was not that. So we get off, and as we're driving through there, going about 3 miles an hour, I hit a bump.
You know, where like the concrete meets the asphalt kind of thing, that kind of bump.
And that's the end result. So I have a total of 3,000 miles on my truck, brand new F450.
And we're getting a new back window. It sounded like a gunshot going off, and it's weird because it's like it buckled out as if something from inside blew out and blew a hole in the window, but there was nothing inside.
To me, what it looks like is somebody put a press on top of the truck and just pushed it together, and it just exploded the window out. So let me know if you guys have ever seen that, heard that, had that issue, or what's going on. So
I'd like to say it's not a Ford problem, but it makes me wonder, was something not in there right? Was something in a bind? Because I personally, you can drop a comment because maybe you have. I've never heard of somebody hitting a bump like a pothole and their back glass just completely
Poor
shattering.
Paisley hit the floor, buddy.
Scared her to death. She could not get out of the truck fast enough.
So she's with Ray and Lisa now. She's because we have so much glass in the
glass
back seat,
everywhere.
So we already have an appointment end of this week, beginning of next week, to get a new window put in. So we'll video that so you guys can see what happens there. Maybe they can look at it and tell us kind of what happened. But yeah, so.
I don't know. It
you know how
sounded
it
like
is.
a gunshot. It was a little startling, and
The RV life, you never know what you're going to get when you're driving. It's not all that unicorn and rainbows everybody thinks it is. And today we're headed down, like I said, to Louisiana, and tomorrow we're heading.
Tomorrow we leave for Texas, and they're calling for
Ice and snow.
and we have no back window.
So let's see how tomorrow goes. Today, hopefully, it's going to be nice and easy. We're going to do a little dinner tonight, kind of relax now after this. So,
and I will say that I'm pretty handy with some duct tape, so I'm feeling pretty confident that I've got it sealed up good. But still, like, I don't want rain or sleet or snow getting in, so that's my next big concern. But hopefully we'll get there in time tonight to clean up all the glass, get the vacuum out, and get as much as we can. Apparently, this glass, they have to remove the whole back seat to replace it. So at least the glass that's back, because the back seat on his side, probably can't see it, but it's the one that's too wide. You can't pull the back seat. You can pull the bottom of the seat up. You can't fold the back of the seat down. You can on the little single one on my side, but then you can't get the glass out from behind it. So that's been my fear. But since the lady at the glass shop told me that they have to take the whole back seat out, I'm feeling like they're going to get all the broken glass out. I don't know. We'll see. So
follow us along. We're going to get to where we're going, eat a little dinner, and we're going to take
Cajun catfish.
Cajun food, and then we're going to take a break tonight and just
chill,
drown our sorrows, maybe.
Well, we're going to have to get up really early to get to Texas tomorrow, so we maybe miss the weather. So maybe we'll just check in early tonight.
We'll see you at the campground.
After recording a couple of videos and having a technical issue,
And just had one right there.
we're going to try this again. So,
We actually hit the slow motion button on our last 2 or 3 videos.
and the whole video was,
So we figured we'd go ahead and reshoot it for you guys.
well, the bad thing is when it's in slow motion, there's no audio. So even if he could have sped it up, there's no audio. Anyway, when we last talked to you guys, we were headed to Cajun Catfish Buffet in Ville Platte, I hope that's right, Louisiana. And we were staying at a Passport America park, PJF Farm. So what I can tell you is PJF Farm was a great Passport America stop. All in, taxes and everything, it ended up costing us under $20. The site was huge. The sunrise in the morning was amazing. It literally looked like the trees were on fire. It was gorgeous.
So we can talk about that Passport America real quick, because you know we have Passport America Harvest Host, RV Overnight, 1,000 Trails, all of those things. This was probably one of the, and I hate to use the word cheapest places to stay.
And it was a full hookup site.
Full hookup, secluded away from everything.
It was kind of on the back end of a farm, so you kind of drove through the whole farm, and the sites were back in the back. They were huge. I'm looking forward to maybe stopping on the way back, but at any rate, I would definitely like to go back when the weather's warmer, because this site was huge, but we couldn't even enjoy it because it was so cold. Nobody wanted to be outside.
We're going to be using a lot of Passport America here going across for the western crawl out to Arizona. So we have a link below if you guys want to sign up for Passport America. I think it's a heck of a deal, especially for that $20 a night for that. So.
And they called me the following day. I don't know if I told you this. They called me the following day, and I thought, oh my God, did we leave something? And she said, I was just calling to see how your stay was.
Great place.
It was great. So
off of that.
That was good. And the Cajun Catfish Buffet, it was, I don't know, 20 minutes from there maybe.
I'll go back.
It was a Cajun buffet, and they have different things different nights of the week. Like, we went on a Wednesday. It was 2 adults for $30. I don't know how much it normally is.
You can't beat that $15 all you can eat.
For a buffet. And then they have, like, one night is seafood night. One night they have crab legs in addition to their seafood. But we were there on a Wednesday night. They had steamed shrimp, peel and eat, whatever you want to call them. They had
Good to my belly is what I call them.
baked flounder. They had fried, I think it was catfish. They had fried shrimp. They had gumbo. They had shrimp etouffee. They had all the red beans and rice, all that kind of stuff. And then they had like country fried steak and mashed potatoes. So even if you weren't really the Cajun wasn't your vibe, or the seafood wasn't your thing, they had something for everyone.
So make sure when you go to that Passport America, make sure you go there because it's only 10 miles down the road.
Yeah, it was good. It was really good. Fast forward update on this window. We made it to Lake Whitney, Thousand Trails in Whitney, Texas. Not a lot going on in Whitney, Texas,
No.
just for the record.
And the campground?
The people at the campground, super nice, very service oriented, which isn't always common at a Thousand Trails park, so kudos to them. Everybody I had an interaction with was super great. I don't think the campground's bad. They just really need to repair their roads.
Well,
They are horrible.
The roads are probably some of the worst we've seen, and we've always complained about Lynchburg in Virginia because it's got like a dirt road and it gets washed away a lot.
Because there's a lake in there, and just like here, there's a
But this
a
one's
lake.
terrible, and I mean it's a mile worth of bump and bump, and then you get to your site and it's a pull through, which is nice, but
the trees are so close.
the
that
trees, man, get rid of some
we
trees.
had a-
Thousand Trails.
We had a really hard time finding a spot that we could open all of our slides. So but the site itself wasn't bad. They just need to take some trees out, and I don't know what kind of trees they are. There's some kind of evergreen cedar trees, and they grow like this. So you might have one that's going even straight, and then this other one that comes off this way. So you can tell where they've taken a lot of, I don't know that I would call them branches, but forks off.
And you can't blame this on campers weren't as big as they are now, because this has nothing to do with the size. The width has been the width for years.
Right. But
So-
my biggest complaint overall is the road, like the main road that takes you to, it's a very large campground, multiple loops, but the main road was so riddled with potholes and patches of potholes and new potholes that it was ridiculous.
If they're leaving it like that
For a reason.
for like speed bump reasons, they're doing a great job.
Yeah, it's a constant speed bump. But kudos to their staff, because I called ahead because they were having the bad storms. I just want to make sure everything was good. When we got there, I had to extend a day. Like, every interaction I've had with any of the staff there has been amazing. So I will give them multiple kudos for that. Anyway,
We didn't do a lot this whole time we were here because we haven't told you guys, but a week ago, Grace Ann over there fell coming out of somebody else's camper and either bruised, broke, severely injured, or whatever, her ribs. So we've been kind of on the slow and the mend back
so
and
that
forth.
rough road was really rough.
So we didn't get to do a whole lot while we were here at Lake Whitney, whatever.
But what
it
we
is.
did do was, on the way here, called the people we were supposed to be going to meet with to do a little upgrade on the truck. Due to the weather conditions here, all the ice and snow they got.
All the ice and snow they got.
Well, but they got ice. Like, snow is what it is, but they got ice, and that's a whole other animal. So they were understaffed and unable to do the upgrade. But the good news is they're going to actually do it while we're in Quartzsite, because they're going to be there and have a booth there. So that is still up and coming. I won't spoil the surprise and tell you what it is. But I asked the fella there if he could recommend a glass shop so we can get this crazy window taken care of. And he did. We made an appointment, ordered the glass, did all the things. And then somebody said, you should really check with Ford, because just maybe. Well, we had already contacted the dealer we bought it from. And
No, I was online and I just happened to see a chat there.
well,
So-
no, but you had already talked to Justin, and he said
no.
he checked with their service department and said no, not under warranty.
They don't cover glass, and I get that because
Right.
I could have broke the glass, but
And we didn't, but I'm sure there's people that say
so
they
I got
didn't and they did.
I got on the computer that morning. I saw a chat button. I said, "Well, I'm not doing anything since she's laid out. I'll go ahead and do the chat." And I talked to this fellow on there, Omar, and Omar says, "Yes, your front windshield is covered." I said, "Well, that's funny because I said it was my rear window, not my front window." He said, okay, I double checked on that, and that is covered too. And I said, perfect. What do we need to do? So, because we already have an appointment, already got an appointment, already paid a down payment, they've already ordered the window.
Made an appointment to get the glass done Monday, and he does all this on Friday morning.
So they come back on, send me to another person, and that person says, no, your glass is not under warranty, your back glass is not under warranty, but your front is. I said, that doesn't make a lot of sense. But anyway, back and forth after I showed her the text that said that he said it was covered, they said that they would cover it. I said, that's fine, but how do I get reimbursed because I've already got it?
Take it to a Ford dealer, they said.
Yeah. Talk to the service manager at the Ford dealership. So we go into the Ford dealership, and the guy says, first of all, we can't replace glass here. You have to take it to one of the places that's got a body shop.
Which is common at a lot of dealerships, and I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I'm sure they don't do enough glass work to constantly have a glass person on staff. So that's fine. I don't have a problem with that.
I'm gonna make a long story short. Basically, he said if you're getting it from somewhere else and they don't participate with Ford, they probably won't reimburse you. But here's the pictures they asked for. Take these type of pictures and submit it to Ford and see if they will pay for it. So if any of you guys work for Ford or know Ford or do have anything to do with Ford, help me out, because all we were doing is driving through a parking lot and the window shattered.
Well,
and at the dealership, they did say they've seen it happen many times where the glass was not installed
if it's
100%
not 100%
perfect.
straight when they put it in,
And we complain about RVs having frame flex. We complain about RVs being built by humans. This glass was put in by a machine.
Well, we don't.
Oh, okay, people. I'm putting ourselves in the people. This glass was put in by a robot. And was it a bad glass? Was it put in crooked? Did I have frame flex on a Ford?
Right. But I will say also, while I'm handing out kudos this morning, the fellow, and I didn't get his name, but we were at Hillsboro Ford in Hillsboro, Texas, and the fellow in service that we talked to was a wealth of knowledge. He did give us the list of these are the pictures. When you take it to the glass shop, since you already have an appointment, these are pictures that you need to take, or let them take, or let them call you back there when the glass is out and take the pictures. This is what you will need to submit it to Ford. So he's probably spent a good 30 minutes trying to help us. He also enlisted another fellow that had some capacity, I don't know what his job was, in service, to also kind of pass ideas back and forth.
The funny thing was, he said, let's go out and look at the window. I said, dude,
there's
gone,
nothing
man.
to see, and it's under plastic because snow, ice, that kind of thing.
So,
Bottom line is, we have the information that hopefully will help us get reimbursed for the window, and we are on our way this morning to Clear Perfection Windshield and Repair, I believe is the name. I know it's Clear Perfection, which is a glass shop in Mansfield, Texas. Again, everybody I've dealt with here, and I've bugged them to death because I've called and asked questions that Ford had. I've called to confirm they were going to be open with all the weather. I called to see if by any chance they could get us in on Friday and get us out sooner, because we're supposed to be leaving this morning. So I've bugged them to death.
and we got up at 5:30 this morning to get here.
Yeah, I've bugged them to death. They've also been super nice. They got the glass ordered. They're ready to go. So anyway, hopefully that experience continues. I'll give you an update once we get done, but we are on our way there now.
We're 17 minutes out to get there.
To get this window replaced, and hopefully
We're hopefully sweetening them up a little bit. We got a dozen donuts over here.
There's donut shops everywhere.
We're going to give them a dozen donuts and help. Just since they helped us out,
Well,
got us where we are, we appreciate what they've done for us. So
People like food. It's
we're going
a
to
fact.
check it all out, and we're going to let you guys know how our experience was there, guys.
And I'm anxious to see Paisley, because she's still not a fan of that back seat. I don't know if it's the plastic or if
I hope
she's
it's
still
the plastic.
traumatized. So I'm anxious to see, once we get the glass put back in today, if she's more comfortable in her travel spot. So, I don't know, we'll see. We're headed there now, and we will update y'all when we leave.
So we have good news for today. Paisley Ray You can't see her. She's back there.
Is snoozing. She's very happy in the back seat.
She's
once again.
snoozing because
There's glass in that hole. Look, you can even see out the window again.
so she's all excited now. She doesn't have to worry about the thing flapping, making noises. And she's not a nervous wreck anymore, thank goodness. So
And the glass shop was just as amazing in person as they were on the phone.
So I went back there, they called me back there to look at a couple things. We still can't figure out what caused the crack. Just like everybody else, hopefully we're deciding that it was off by 1/1000th of a 32nd of a millionth of an inch. And when we hit that bump, that it just hit it and shattered it some kind of way. So crossing our fingers.
Yeah, it's a big cross because I can't afford to just keep putting back glasses in the truck.
So all that went good. We got there early this morning. They told us to be there at 8. I think at 8:10 they pulled it in and started getting all of it out. And he said, it's going to take you a couple years to get all this glass out of here. And I said, well, I don't know if I have a couple years in the truck.
Oh, he has a couple years in the truck.
So, but anyway, glass is in. Paisley's good to go. We are heading down Route 20 west, headed towards Quartzsite.
It's about an hour and 45 minutes, probably 2 hours maybe left. Well, we're still headed towards Texas.
You know, Texas is a long state.
I think it's called Big Hat RV Park. It's a Passport America.
You know when
We've never been there before, but we'll see.
You know when you get in the truck and you drive and you drive and you drive for a day, and then you get in the truck and you drive and you drive and you drive for the day.
And you're still in
They're
Texas.
still in Texas.
It's crazy.
Ah,
That's okay though. It's been a pretty smooth ride today, so
that's the good thing about the East Coast. In 4 hours, you might be able to go through 4 or 5 states.
at least it's not raining or snowing,
Oh, it's actually 66 degrees right now.
which is way warmer than it has been in a while, so I'm excited about that.
So we're going to head to this Passport America. Like we tell you guys, we love Passport America. It saves us a lot of money on the road. Yeah.
What did I tell you the name of the place was, or what city it was in? Do you remember? It is Hat Creek RV Park. That was correct, in Big Spring, Texas. And I think this one is also going to be, I don't know what taxes are, but going in, it's going to be under $20. Taxes might get me to just over, but still for a full hookup overnight, I feel like that's okay.